all this money to out-of-town lawyers when I understand, I don't know the percentage they're taking, but that should be revoked. That we should form a committee here of citizenry. We know better, and we can have bankers and lawyers monitor what we're doing, and let's do it fairly. I couldn't understand. This one lawyer was telling me, well, your land, we're not going to refund anything on the land. It's for the homeowners. I said, well, if you have a house, what does the house sit on? Land. Okay? This young lawyer didn't even understand this. And I said, don't they value the land and also the house? They're separate. So the land and the house goes together. When you got leadership like this, it's no wonder why after 2 years, we have no compensation. Yes. None. Everybody here has no compensation. Now, I feel bad. I don't live here, but I feel bad for the people who live here. I think the town is Americana. I think that we not only need that fund to be revoked and put in the citizenry hands and managed appropriately. They do that with bank trusts. I mean, why can't we do it for our own community rather than have these lawyers come in from out of town? And until now, where's the money? I mean, that's not even to speak of the people's health. So I think the mayor, I think vice president, I think the new government should come in here and slap these people around and get it straight.
Criminal prosecution.
Absolutely, yeah.
What they did was a crime.
Yeah.
These attorneys, what they're doing to us, the settlement that looks so great, you had to sign up and opt in without even knowing how much money that you were going to get. Residents still don't know how much money they're going to get. The attorneys got $180 million. They already have their money. And what residents have to do, if you signed up with an attorney before the class action, you have to pay your contingency fee. So out of your $70,000, if you get that being in the 1 mile zone, you pay 33 to 40% to your attorney. And let's not forget, our own attorneys held a virtual town hall where they had a toxicologist tell us that there would be 0 cases of cancer and 0 long-term health risks from this chemical exposure. A simple look him up on LinkedIn. He worked for Exxon. He worked for Chevron.
Right.
He worked for Dow Chemicals along with a couple other polluters. How is that informed consent when people signed away their medical rights? What has been done to us is disgusting. We have no money to get out. No one is helping us get out.
Well, they're taking the relocation money back.
Yeah, they're taking the relocation money out of your $70,000. So people like Chrissy that spoke, that's been relocated for almost 2 years, she'll get $0 and be forced to go back to that contaminated home. And to anybody in the community that says that people that were relocated are double dipping, let me tell you, you can only spend your settlement money on hotel rooms. We weren't given a choice. We weren't given $20,000 and told go find a place to live. My house was contaminated. I wanted to be home. You live in a hotel room with your 3-year-old, your mother-in-law, and your husband, animals for months at a time. It was no vacation. We're gonna get $0. So don't be fooled by the headlines. This is the biggest settlement in history for the attorneys, not for the people. But I will tell you, I personally have lost a couple of people to heart attacks that had no previous health conditions. Do I know it was from the derailment? No. Do I know it wasn't from the derailment? No. And that's why we need the research. That's part of it. It's the not knowing. Your kid goes missing for 20 years. I'm sorry, I'd rather know day one that they were gone than sit there for 20 years and wish. You know, it's the same thing with other communities helping us. We didn't get 1 bottle of water from our government. Trump brought water before he was back in the government. We depended on other communities. In the beginning, we had so much water, we didn't know what to do with it. 2 years later, we're still drinking bottled water. Some people are still cooking it. You know, with the price of groceries, people are deciding between clean water and being able to feed their family. And we live in the United States of America.
And President Biden came here a year after the incident. What do you think about what he did?
He met with a planned audience. It was so fake. You know, it's these people here that are living this every day. They're the ones you have to speak to. And if they speak out, if any professional speaks out, he's going to be censored by the government, by the railroad. They're going to force any doctor that says, "Hey, maybe this." No, they're not going to listen to that. They don't want to hear that. They want everything to be fine. They want us to go away. Well, we've been here for a long time. We're not going away.
When Biden came to town, all I heard was a pledge to spend millions in NIH grants to prestigious universities to study us. I think that is the that is the most ridiculous insult I can think of.
Yeah.
Where is the people getting out of this poison? Where's the health care? You don't care about the people who just want to study us like guinea pigs. I'm sorry. This thing has gone on for way too long.
And does Norfolk Southern really control this town?
Hell yeah, Norfolk Southern controls this town.
They just gave the town $60 million.
Right. Look at a $25 million park. You know, you look at, I asked for a list of all the positions that have been created in our village government since the derailment and who is funding those positions. I don't care who you are, you can see who are getting jobs from this. You know, people in the fire department, their family members working for Norfolk Southern. You know, other family members getting jobs, you know, at the fire department. Those are the people that are speaking to our vice president today. Not the people that you're hearing from here that are suffering. You know, I honestly believe that our local government has been very openly bought out. Not everybody believes that. You know, some people think let's get what we can get and, you know, while we can get it. And that's fine. But there's some of us that are more worried about our health. What's a $25 million park going to do if your kid has cancer and can't go over there to play?
Right. And the settlement's 22, right?
They got another 22 million, yeah. But they had to negotiate the stuff that was already promised to us from Norfolk Southern. They promised us the park. They promised us a training center. And you know what? Our city government, our village government had to negotiate to keep the park. Why are we negotiating things that were promised and things that we didn't even want?
Yeah, we didn't even want them.
I recently met an elderly gentleman from Nagley, and I was really concerned about Nagley because when I evacuated on Sunday night, there was very thick haze in the air that made your lips tingle and your mouth coated. It was hard to breathe. I met this gentleman
the park renovation
who lives
that
on
they
a hill
don't
in
even
Nagley,
want
and that
is
plume
about
was at
25
ground level
million,
with
and their
him.
settlement
He
that they
couldn't
were
see
forced
the
to
barn,
swallow for
and
all of
nobody
them
had
was
warned
about
him. He
22
wasn't
million.
evacuated. He wasn't told to shelter in place, and now he's on oxygen. Before that, he could hike miles with his daughter, and he didn't have any communication with anybody. He didn't know what was going on. His daughter had to come and rescue him, and now he's suffering the health effects.
One point about the health care. I mean, that's wonderful if we could get that. But please know that once you get to the point where you need health care because you have some serious illness, it's too late. Because we know what cancer does to people, what the survival rate is. And especially with these chemicals, the type of cancers that it causes, it's very scary. So that's why I think it's important to get people away from the thing that causes the damage before it's too late. I don't know if the nosebleeds are still happening. I live a little bit away from the derailment, but my husband has done a lot of exposing, pretty positive because we want to support everybody else. But when you start to see it happening to yourself, you go, this has to stop. There are many children here that we don't know. I mean, they're tough and their immune systems are tough. But then as they get older, if that stuff starts to break down in your body, because once it's in there, it does damage. It changes the DNA or the molecular structure inside your body, and that's it. So you could do all of the detoxing and lots of things, but the main thing is to get away from the toxicity to begin with.